Guess you're here for some willies. Fortunately, I have just the... Oh, no you don't! Gee, Friction. Seems you occasionally creep on me because reasons. It's your 13th JelloApocalypse parody, and it's Terrifitober, meaning you oughta be unlucky. Tell me you aren't here solely to pad the video runtime past the 10-minute mark since there are only 19 episodes to assess. 19 is a little too short, but I'm serious about you being unlucky. You're getting mixed with Friday the 13th, doodad. Just leave me and my thoughts on these episodes in no more than 10 words alone. Fine. All I have left to say is, this isn't over yet. You will get a surprise. Whatever. I'll be back. No idea what she's talking about, but let's start some light balls. Hey, I'm Owen, the fiction fanboy, and here's every episode in the first season of The Owl House, reviewed in 10 words or less. Finally seeing a freakish fantasy fulfilled. Questions first. Quests TBD. Being more of a not bad abomination in wondrous ways. Reign of horror. Because of rain. Take me to MagicCon. Or is it Magic-Ca? Got a moving owl house. Got a moving owl house. 2 magical siblings somehow equals 2 magical bonds. Wish I could swap time. People have become dire, so they became liars. Creatures out to get their rightful places. Authorization and de-authorization in one. Klondike Craft Camp conquers all. When her first could have been last, yet turned into everything. Tiny trouble. Typical. Disney's really mixing their magic with the magic of friendship. LGBTQ love House of Mouse. You've shown representation. At last. Gals got game. One gets gay. Hold me. Spark. I told you I'd return. Coming when I finish the marathon, eh? Here's your curse. You gotta let me talk about the top 3 worst episodes of Owl House Season 1, while you do the top 3 best. I think me going over the worst while you discuss the best is more of a curse, though I'd love the company, and even the worst episodes have some enjoyment. Excellent. I'll blossom up the countdown now. Number 3 worst. Really small problems. School ends up being cancelled for the day, allowing the Owl crew, Gus, and Willow to attend Tibbles' carnival they've been invited to. King wants him and Luce to have friendship bracelets, while the Hexside friends seek time with Luce too. Yearning to have Luce to himself, King gets a potion from a fortune teller, and it causes Willow and Gus to shrink. He and Luce also end up minuscule, as it was all a key to Tibbles' tent show. If not for Ida's interaction with actual fun police, I'd be stuck listening to bread puns as the only jokes this episode had in store, and they sorta get more cringe-worthy as they continue. King acted selfish, and this proves that apparently every kid's cartoon needs a size-changing episode. Number 3 best. a lying witch, and a warden. I've looked forward to this series for a while, and how it began has succeeded to deliver. Luce's behavior as a weirdo gives her mother no choice except to send her to a reality check summer camp. An owl, soon revealed to be Albert, takes Luce's favorite book, causing her to follow the Boyd to a portal to the Boiling Isles, where she meets Ida and King, who agree to take her back home if the mission they got for her is accomplished. It was a nice introduction to the characters and the types of creatures we'll be seeing throughout the series, along with what to expect. The dark atmosphere, the comedy, and the message about acceptance and needing to be close is all worth the appreciation. Number 2 worst. Once Upon a Swap. Like I said beforehand, some things feel necessary when writing animated programs for children. The 3 protagonists can't agree on whose life is easiest, causing Ida to do a body swap. Ida is in Kane's body, trying to remain the cutest thing alive. Kane is in Luce's body to show that he can overpower other teens. And Luce is in Ida's body to prove how easy you can make business without getting caught. The cards for each tale are nice and feel brand new, although Luce's side is a bit too short, and Lilith can't see she isn't face to face with her own sister. And worse, Luce, being the nice gal, suggests cleaning Hootie together, yet Ken and Ida disrupt and decline, giving Luce the punishment. Inconsiderate jerks. Number 2 best. Enchanting Gromfright. Hexside has announced that Amity is Grom Queen. And why is that unexciting? Because she has to face a nightmare transforming creature named Grom, short for Grometheus. Luce decides to take Amity's place, and despite her training and claiming to be fearless, she couldn't face her actual fear. Her mommy discovering the truth. I'm aware of why a lot of fans praise this episode, but let me just pause and appreciate Amity beating the living daylights out of Hootie. Like, dang, I certainly laughed. Now, she was afraid of getting rejected by her desired date. Then we're treated to a bad butt dance sequence. Yep, Disney has finally mother-freaking presented LGBTQ protagonists, and it's totes precious. Plus, the twists and photos at the end. OMG, you're making me geek out. Number 1 worst. Something ventured, someone framed. Eager to prove he's worthy of being president of the Human Appreciation Society, Gus has to sneak Luce in by convincing her the ban from earlier in the series was lifted. Things seemed to work out until Gus's rival, Bartholomew, had a plan to claim the throne. He faked his guilt to prove he can fib just like Gus. I am amazed, disturbed, and disgusted on how detention works at the school. Like, look, brainwashing students to have good behavior? What should I think of that? The crappiest thing about this episode is Bartholomew ends up being the new prez of Haz, and he gave humans a bad name not long ago. I will say I'm glad Luce got accepted to the program, and learning of Ida's incidents in her youth was entertaining. Still not quite enough to avoid the dishonor of currently being the weakest Owl House episode. Well, I'm done complaining. Take it away, bro. Number 1 best. Agony of a Witch and Youngblood Old Souls. After hearing that Ida's curse is getting to her deep, Luce attempts to retrieve a hat she believes will solve the problem once and for all during her field trip only to be used as bait for Lilith to capture Ida. The fight between the Clawthorns delivered mixed emotions to the audience, not to mention the aftermath. It was so dark, the usual happy-go-lucky credits would not be displayed. Once the wait was over, the Emperor's origins were told along with his plans. Lilith explained her intentions and realized the consequences that occurred, admitting she should have gotten what's coming to Ida. And oh, the endings for both heroic and villainous sides of the story were very compelling. I'm sure there are many superior season finales from other cartoons. However, this finale had no shortage of highlights, meaning this conclusion to the opening season both gets the reward of being the best of Season 1 and keeps me interested in what's to come when the series returns. More spooky stuff is heading your way. Please listen to my fearsome friends, comment below, and follow me on Instagram for terror-stricken thumbnail previews and teasers for upcoming YouTube videos. Good night, sleep tight, and don't let the bedbugs bite, especially at midnight-o.